live.
We're live. Can we l'chaim before we?
Okay, fine. L'chaim. Amen. Do I have to say a bracha too now? If I haven't drank it?
Well, yeah, because you spoke. If you would have had in mind, then we would have been okay.
Thank you for the halacha.
You're welcome.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol niyeh b'baro.
Amen. Amen. You don't have to show off that you're so pious.
You know, I actually was reading that when you're saying the bracha and you're saying Ado, Yud-Kei, Vav-Kei,
the name of God,
you're supposed to actually visually in your brain, visually in your brain, think Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch V'Olam Va'ed.
Yeah.
That's what it says in the Zohar.
The Zohar. I'm gonna talk about the Zohar. I'm gonna talk about the Zohar a little bit tonight. But I think it's one of those books that most of the people who quote it don't know about it. Shouldn't quote it. By the way, if I could reach out to our audience, both people that are watching in Anchorage, Alaska. I don't know what time it is there. I hope you're warm.
We have very big fans right now in Bulgaria.
A warm blanket.
Stop it. Bulgaria, I saw on the Facebook map, they love us.
Bulgaria? Seriously? They think they can sell us pills. That's probably... No, but seriously, like if you're out there, we would like a cool name for this show. So far we have like Mike and Mike. You don't like...
I like Lit Up.
Mike and Mo.
Mike and Mo.
Mike and Mo.
Okay.
Mike and Mo. Really, if you guys have better ideas than we have, because as you can tell, we don't have any ideas.
And if you guys want to submit them as we speak, it's totally cool.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Please, frankly, the biggest thing, honestly, that we're trying to figure out is what direction to take the show in, because frankly, there are so many different ways we can go. We can go political, we can go sports, we can go Torah, we can go community, everything, right? It's all out there.
And we will.
And we will, and we probably will.
We have to.
We will.
We owe it to everybody out there.
Maybe we should call it No Filter.
No filter.
No filter.
Hashtag no filter.
No filter.
I like it.
Yes.
Thank you. We actually have, what you guys don't know is we have a whole, a lot of people watching us right now. We have a live
4,000.
We have a live audience that's actually showed up.
It's 4,000 people, as a matter of fact. I don't know if you know. Well, so tonight, what we wanted to do for you tonight is bring you an interview from a very special man, a guy close to my own heart, our very own Michael Benmeleh.
Can I just say something before we start about any interviews about me?
Sure.
So earlier today we did a little quick promo for tonight.
Yeah.
And
they loved it. They loved the promo.
They did love the promo. You know who didn't love the promo? My wife did not love the promo.
Ooh.
Yeah. You want to know why?
No.
Because I had my hair was like.
Oh my God! I forgot. Hey, you look great.
Stop it.
Way to go.
I had a massive.
Yeah.
And my hair was. And it was a disaster.
Yeah.
So I just want to...
Your hair's not much
I'm
better
back!
Now. Your hair's not much better now.
Look,
but the face is good.
Thank you.
The face is
What are you doing later?
Nothing. I don't get out much.
Okay.
I don't get out much. But seriously, I wanted to interview Mike for you, for the benefit of you. And if you have any questions that you would like to know, as long as they're not too off color, like nothing crazy racy, we're under strict, we are in a shul. But as long as we keep it like maybe PG-13, I would love to hear what you want to know.
Hi, Lynn. Hi, Lynn.
Hey,
see, there's one viewer. We have a viewer.
Yeah.
She's amazing, actually. Lynn, we love you so much. Thank you very much for watching all the classes.
We love you. Is it Lynn with one N or two N?
Can I just tell you something else?
Yeah.
Sorry, before we...
You keep interrupting the interview.
I know, because I don't want to talk about myself right now.
Well, why not? Who would you prefer to talk about? I can interview you about someone else.
We could.
Who should I ask you about?
Maybe when Sharon shows up, we can actually get him on the show.
That would be very cool, Sharon.
How's that?
Yeah.
I think people would like that.
Sharon is a guy, by the way.
He's one of the teachers on this program.
Because in Israel, Sharon is a guy's name. Also, Guy is a guy's name in Hebrew.
Guy?
Guy.
I'm hungover. Can we talk about something for a second?
Oh, hair of the dog.
Not that kind of hungover. I'm Tisha B'Av
kind of
hungover.
Oh.
I want to talk about that for a second.
You do?
Yes.
We didn't have enough sadness yesterday.
Mike would like to bring this. Mike would like to bring this. You were on fire with your classes.
Did you like them?
I did.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. My brother didn't like them. I hope my brother's watching this. Yitzi, if you're watching this, I want you to know Mike liked my classes.
I did. I actually enjoyed it. Why you got a problem with Shlomo's classes?
I'm just saying, my brother from the other mother liked my classes.
That's right.
Thank you. You know who I'm talking to.
That's right. And I kind of am interested to know in general how most people feel today, all the Am Yisrael is feeling today. I myself am feeling kind of strange. Yesterday was a very intense day.
Yeah.
There were moments that I actually got teary-eyed, not by watching your video.
No?
You didn't do anything for me.
It's the next to Onions?
No, I did not sit next to Onions. I actually... If you guys watched, there was this NCSY video.
Oh, the Coonzits.
The Coonzits.
Yo, shout out to Todd Cohn.
Who's that?
Todd Cohn. Dude, Todd Cohn's the man. He runs the NCSY down here in the southern region, and he's just...
Can we thank today's sponsors, Fat Tire? Thank you so much, guys. We love you.
Fat Tire, I want you to know that I'm fat enough without your beer, frankly. And as we say every week, I don't like beer. So if maybe Warren Buffett, if you're watching, if you can talk to Berkshire Hathaway to put in a good word at Diet Coke, to send me like a Diet Cherry Coke, cold, on the rocks, that would be amazing. I would really appreciate it.
Amazing. And thank you, Felix. Hey, dude, there's another one that just says he loved your thoughts.
Yo, Felix is the man. Felix is the man. Felix Ezra.
Of course.
Yeah, dude, we were talking. We were talking yesterday on the on the interwebs. Yeah, we were talking about the class.
Awesome.
So you didn't like the class? You thought it wasn't moving?
No,
you liked it. It just wasn't moving. It didn't move you.
It's not, no. It didn't move me. It made me think about things. And
good. That's what it's supposed to do.
But like I said, today is kind of one of those odd days because you're so emotionally. Again, for those that were really tapped into it and just emotionally drained from the day, and today is just like it's a new beginning.
Today's a great day.
It's like Mashiach mode.
Well, that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about Mashiach tonight.
Oh, really?
Are you coming to class tonight?
I don't know.
You should come to my class.
Dude, you know who's teaching tonight?
Who's teaching?
Gedalia Fenster's teaching tonight.
I wouldn't go to my class either. We're all going to be in Gedalia's class. That's true. And
I'll be there today.
I'll tell you what the worst part about him is. It's not just
he's amazing.
Like better and more popular. It's not just that. He also dresses better and looks better. It's like the guy rubs salt so deep in my wounds. It's just and yeah.
But he's a game changer.
He's the man. He's totally the man. So after, maybe when you're finished with him, you can just like pop in.
I'll pop in like at the end.
You can pop in.
When you go to peace and love.
You know what happened last week in my class? I promise you, this is crazy. Anyone who watched last week, this was so funny. So we're in the middle of the class, and like, granted, we're not the most popular class in the world. Okay, whatever, fine. But like, we had a nice.
You're growing in numbers a little bit.
We're growing in numbers.
You went from like,
I'm growing in girth with every beer. So like, yeah, well, whatever. We had like a nice crowd. It was beautiful. We were sitting. We were doing our thing. We were learning Torah. It was wonderful. And all of a sudden, like, some lady walked into the room. And I can promise you, she's like, excuse me, where's Gedalia's class?
It happens every time.
But dude, here's what I want to know. If you walk into a room, there's like 15 people around the table talking, why would you interrupt them? I don't get it. So I found that really, really funny, and I got a good laugh.
Do you think that we should put signs outside your door that says, please, it's Gedalia's class?
No, just put arrows. Just put arrows to Gedalia's class. You would think that the face on the door with the name would be a giveaway. Because on this door, it's my face with my name, and on Gedalia's door, it's his face with his name. And oftentimes, that's a giveaway to people. Sometimes, not always.
Not everybody speaks English.
Right, but they speak faces. Speak faces? All you gotta do is speak faces. Dude, can I interview you, please?
Okay, fine.
I've been waiting for this moment. Get comfortable. Now, like I said, these are the questions that These are the questions that I have. These are not I don't know what the audience wants to know, but here's what I want to know. You grew up down here, right? You're a Miami boy.
But I wasn't really born here.
Where were you born?
I was born in Maracaibo, Venezuela. What's up, Venezuela?
Venezuela can't see you because they have no TVs there because Maduro took them off.
Oh gosh.
Right? And if they had TVs, they'd be eating them. So please don't talk about Venezuela.
That's nice. Horrible.
Exactly, it's horrible.
We have a very large constituency of Venezuelans here that are based in
You know why they're here? Because there's nothing to eat over there. Socialism, baby.
They still have arepas. They will have arepas
till the day what?
Venezuela gets
Exactly. My point exactly. Oh, a socialist utopia.
Oh, my mother-in-law just got on the show. Hi!
Hey, Mom! What do we call him?
Loco Michael.
I'm
crazy.
A little bit, by the way. Well, she knows that about you. Okay, so here's what your adoring public wants to know.
Yes.
A guy that grew up here, you went to Sheikh Hillel, you're an alumnus of Hillel, you're an alumnus of the University of Miami, two schools that are very close to my heart, obviously, two schools in which I currently work and did work.
It's so weird.
Why?
It's like that means that we have this weird connection.
We do have a weird connection. I think everyone could tell that we have a very weird connection. People that are viewing us see our weird connection in life. Here's what I would like to know. How does a guy like you, not how I know, why would a guy like you? No offense.
No offense
No
taken.
offense.
I don't even know
Why
the
would
question.
why would you become religious, man? Why would you do that?
It's a good answer. Good answer. Good
It's
question.
a good answer.
I've been drinking already
That's
too
a
much.
great answer. I gotta say, it's a great answer. We all feel.
Why would I become religious?
Why would you do that? No offense to religious people. I just like, why would you put more restrictions on yourself? And frankly, I gotta admit, I mean, I grew up with it. So for me, you know, it's like growing up and going to school where they put like a bow tie on. Everyone else thinks you're a little bit weird, but you're used to it and you're used to the choke. But a guy like you weren't born with it. So why would you give up lobster?
Because I feel like, well, two things. Number one is I feel like my soul, my neshama, towards the end of college had like an awakening. Obviously, I had the background.
Neshama.
Here's a shout out to Hillel. First of all, they gave me the background that I needed. Although I wasn't observant throughout high school, they did give me the background that I needed, so I knew the basics. But it's just something inside of you. I think it happens with a lot of people in general. I mean, that you listen to some Torah or it's just something happens in life, and as if God sets the way, so you just wake up, and it's like it's
Like an epiphany.
It's like an epiphany. It's like but it for me was a very big.
What was your moment?
You want to know my moment?
I want to know everyone wants to know your moment.
Okay, guys. So it's really not that interesting, but I will say.
We'll be the judges of that.
Well, I'll just briefly go into it. When I was in my senior year in college, towards the end of the year, I was sitting in my apartment, and I came home on a wild night of probably going out having a good time. It was probably like a Thursday night or so, and there was a documentary. I turned on the television, and it was PBS. Why PBS was on? No idea, because I don't watch
No,
PBS.
it's always on. The question is why you turned it on.
Well, I just turned on TV and the PBS channel was on.
Oh, it must have been a blackout.
Right. And it was a documentary that was being shown called Hasidism in America. If you guys ever want to Google that, Hasidism in America.
Also, Spinal Tap.
That's a good
Spinal Tap.
And Best
If
in
you're
Show.
gonna watch and Best in Show, if you're gonna watch one movie, Spinal Tap. If you're gonna watch two,
Best in Show.
right, and three, Hasidism in America. That's the third. That's the third on the list. You said this story wasn't interesting, and you
Hasidism
were
in
right.
America. Narrated
Narrated
by Sarah
Morgan
Jessica
Freeman.
Parker.
No.
And
Of
Leonard.
Sex and the City fame.
Yes. And she was really big at that time, so I was like, ooh, she's talking to this. I want to watch it. And Leonard Nimoy from Star Trek. So these two people were narrating. Hola, Caracas!
¿Cómo estás?
Thank you so much, Karina.
How do you feel about Neymar's departure? No, I'm kidding. Let's go back to this.
So
you're watching Hasidism in America.
So
which
I'm
is
I'm
Sarah
coming
Jessica
home from a
Parker
late night,
and Morgan
having a
Freeman.
good time going out, and I'm
Right.
watching this thing.
Right.
And as I'm watching this documentary, it's all about the Hasidic life in America.
Right.
And I think to myself two things.
You love the haircuts.
I think as I'm watching this, and no offense, if anybody here is Hasidic and
No
they're
offense.
watching this thing, I think number one, they're crazy. Okay. And number two, I understand what they're doing. I understand their practices because, again, I got the basic Judaism background from Hillel.
Right.
But they were doing these things, and there's one outline thing that just kept going through the
Hitting
whole
you.
time. Yes, hitting me. They were very, very happy with their life. Now, not to say that I wasn't happy with my life because I was
look
having a
pretty
great
happy.
time.
You look pretty happy.
How would you know? You didn't know me, Hillel.
Well, but I know of you. I know of you.
Did you know me?
A little bit.
Okay. Ooh.
A little bit.
So
We can talk about that later.
we can talk about that later. So I'm watching this documentary. I'm living a happy life. I want to repeat that again. I'm happy with my Judaism. Like I said, I was not observant at all. And now I'm seeing this video, and they're very happy. Fine, no problem. Went to sleep, all good.
They didn't interview any of the unhappy ones.
No, they seem to be all happy.
They only the happy ones.
And they were crazy.
And they were crazy.
They're crazy.
Well, let me ask you. Let me push you on that. What were they doing that you thought was crazy?
They were all talking in Yiddish, and
Do you
just
speak Spanish?
poquito,
Poquito. Okay.
poquito,
Despacito.
despacito, poquito, poquito.
Poquito,
Hey, you're good.
poquito. Suave, suave.
Is that allowed to be talking about this?
No,
Okay.
no. We're gonna edit that out from the non-live version.
Ay bendito.
Ay, bendito. So So you're watching a thing, and they're crazy because they speak Yiddish. That's why
they're crazy because they speak Yiddish.
Anyone who speaks Yiddish is crazy.
They are, because we're in America, dude. Like, really? So I get what you're
Every
going
time I
with
go to
this.
Home Depot, I have that thought. Okay, and it's not because of Yiddish, but whatever.
No, Yiddish is not crazy.
Yiddish is not crazy.
Are you
man.
tuning in at the time? Like, you have to watch
Watch the whole thing.
You have to
Would
understand what I'm saying. Yiddish is not crazy.
I'm
I love
sitting here
Yiddish.
the whole time and I
Agita
don't
nach.
understand
Agita nach. That's all I got.
Gute Nacht. Yeah, very
Agita nach?
Gute Nacht. You could say Gita, but that's a very Hasidic.
So
Okay, so you're watching the documentary and you see these weird people who seem to be very happy.
perfect. Let's move forward. Then
And you said, I want a furry hat.
I said, "What's up with the furry hats?"
What's up with the furry hat?
Okay. And a couple days later, I get home from school, get some lunch in my house, turn on the TV, and once again,
Same guy.
Hasidism in America
Really?
documentary PBS is on again. And what do?
You watched it again.
I kick back with a 6-pack and I'm watching this thing.
Seriously?
Yes, and
Did
I
you
watch
pick up
again.
any of the words?
No. They were talking in English, actually.
Okay.
They made my life a little bit easier,
Very
explaining why their life is so beautiful,
Right.
and why Hasidism and the Jewish observant culture there is just amazing.
That's cool.
Perfect. Fine. Then,
I'm glad you didn't see a documentary on like Buddhists, by the way, because then
Because
we'd be
then
in India. We'd be in India right now.
but I don't really think so.
No, you don't think
No,
so?
I think that God had a plan for me, and this is the only way He can infiltrate into my heart what was going on. This is just my way. It is what it is. So, right. Thank you. So, so then after that, it was a couple
You heard
days
it
later
first here,
again.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
God
you guys
makes-
are hearing it.
God makes bad documentaries.
How God gets people to get close to Him. A couple nights again, I get back one more time. I'm out of the club. Get back.
Right.
Turn on the TV.
No, shut up.
And the documentary is on.
Are you kidding me?
Again.
Really?
And
It was your roommate pranking you, bro.
No, it was
like
not.
T-voted and he kept putting it on again.
that's it.
Seriously?
Yes.
Is there any outside corroboration of this story? Is there a roommate who was also there at the time?
There was no roommate.
There was no
There
roommate.
was a roommate. He
was.
wasn't Jewish. It doesn't really matter.
Well-
but he wouldn't have go, let's put the Hasidic in America
I'm
for
just
Michael.
surprised that you did.
I didn't do anything. I just turned on the TV.
You turned it
was
on 3 times. Got it. Okay,
Got
so the
it.
third time, you're like, that's it, now I have to go be Hasidic.
No. That's not what happened. It happened 4 times.
No. 4 times?
It happened 4 times. And I said to myself, it's fascinating. It's really cool. Who is this Baal Shem Tov guy?
Right.
Because it talks about Baal Shem Tov.
Right.
And God, it's getting really loud in here.
It's getting very loud.
Guys, we got to make sure the audience is a little quiet here, please. We're trying to do a talk show. Thank you
They're so
much.
excited about it. That's really what it is. It's the excitement that's bubbling over. They heard about the documentary and they're free. And they're big
Hasidism
groupies.
in America, guys.
Big
Google
groupies.
it.
Remember,
Google
that's
it.
number 3 after Spinal Tap and Best in Show. Okay. Yes. So you were saying. So you saw it the 4th time. The 4th time.
4 times.
You watched the whole documentary 4 times?
I
Or
made
just,
it.
like,
Well,
you
let's
saw
say
it
let's say
because-
sometimes it was in the middle of it or
Right.
whatever. I watched them. I was into it. Cool.
Does PBS have any other programming, or is that like the only thing that they show?
I don't know what was going on. This was in the year 2001, so I don't know what they were learning. Point of the matter is, okay, we're done with the documentary.
We're done with it. We're so done.
Okay, my heart was inspired. Don't know why, but it was. At that same time, and this is gonna cross paths with you a little bit,
Let's see.
because I'm gonna throw out some big names out there that actually have some sort of relation with you. I'm not even gonna say all the other names, but I'll say
the names.
No, I don't want to say the names because
Tell me my ear.
they don't want me to say their names.
Yeah.
I had friends of mine who actually were at that time also were not.
Who are so embarrassed of him, they won't even allow him to say their name.
No. And they were not observant at that time, and then eventually they started becoming from, and they started going to Rabbi Zweig Shlita
Oh, dude.
Yeshiva in Miami Beach. So big shout out to all the
Yeah.
Yeshiva Miami Beach.
Word.
Zweig, Talmudic University.
Talmudic U. That's the place. No,
Okay.
stop.
So stop it.
Butchered the U.
I did a West Side.
You're in Miami. What are you, like a blood or something?
Oh my god. Okay, this is Aventura West, by the way. This is Highland.
Oh!
It's Aventura
Yes.
West.
Yes, it's Wyland Wakes. It's Wyland Wakes.
And they actually were pushing for a long time for me to come and come learn.
Your friends
come
that
learn.
were getting like more.
Yeah, they were
into it.
learning there, and I kept turning them down. I'm not interested. And then one day I did, walked into Rabbi Zweig's class, and from then on, it was the first time I've ever learned. It was a Parsha class. He must have done 3 psukim, and in those 3 psukim that he went over for about 45 minutes.
He's a genius. He's a genius.
He is a genius.
He just drills. He just drills down.
He drills down.
Yeah,
he's amazing. And
he married us in Israel.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little story about that.
Tell me a story.
I'm going to tie it in with him at the end.
Let's see.
And it was the first time I've actually learned Torah, and I go, hey, this ain't so bad. I actually enjoyed my time of my day to learn.
Right.
Okay. And at that time, actually, I was in South Beach. I was, having a nice time living there. And slowly but surely, I had just awakenings. One day I woke up. I didn't want to have any, shellfish anymore.
Right.
For those that do.
You got a stomach ache?
I just stopped it completely.
Stomach ache?
No stomach aches.
No stomach aches.
No stomach aches.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
And again, I grew up from. Okay, so mea culpa. But full disclosure.
FFB.
I'm FFB. I'm from birth, and it has a lot of advantages to it. There's many advantages. One thing I gotta say, if I would love a cheeseburger. Cheeseburgers look amazing. They're like delectable. And put it this way, I know what burgers taste like. I know what cheese tastes like. They're both delicious, and I do it in my mind. I do the mental math all the time. I'm like, yes, that would be amazing. But what's the deal with the lobster? What's the deal with it? It's like a cockroach in armor.
Okay, first of all,
it's an armored cockroach.
Okay, first of all,
why would you eat that? I don't understand.
Okay,
I get the pig.
I'm not going to tell you how amazing lobster is, because we're not here to talk about that. Okay,
and then those
have you had the fake?
Have
you had those fake crabs that they do? Those fake crabs thing, like they put the fake crabs.
I don't even want the real one. Why would I eat a fake one? I like meat. I like things that have 4 legs.
We spoke about that last week.
I like what I like.
So you're so happy that 9 days are over.
Dude, I gotta tell you, first of all, I came here from my mother's birthday party, which was amazing. Yo, shout out to Mom. Okay.
What's up, Mom?
Yeah,
happy birthday.
She's not watching. She's at a party. but
she'll watch the recap.
I doubt it. She has better taste than this. But my mother is the greatest woman in the world. And if you don't believe that, just imagine what it must have been like to raise me. Okay, that good. You can imagine the tears and the prayers and the God, what the holy hell can I do with this?
Baruch Hashem, look at you
Baruch
now.
Hashem, and she's stuck with it. And I owe you my life, Mom. Thank you for not drowning me when I was a baby. Thank you. You're the best. Anyway, but I was saying, so like we came from a barbecue and we had so much meat. It was great. It was like amazing.
It was amazing.
It was awesome. So I don't need cockroach in a shell. Okay. But back to your story. So you decided you're not going to eat shellfish because Rabbi Zweig gave an amazing Torah class after seeing a documentary about Hasidim, and that's why you became fun.
Well, all these things help.
What does that mean?
Meaning these things inspired my soul to want to do more, and it was a slow process.
Okay.
It wasn't something that like from overnight, one day to the next day I have long payas, because you could see they're super long.
They're very long.
And I'm davening 3 times a day. No, I wasn't there like that. But it was a slow process, a very healthy process of how I became observant, and then eventually, with God's help, He put me in the right situation where I could meet my wife.
Oh, was she also a holy moly?
She comes from an Orthodox background, and then through her family, I was able to actually experience living a Shabbos lifestyle, understanding what it's like to keep Shabbat, kosher, holidays, the whole Jewish lifestyle, which is very difficult when you don't have a support system.
Right.
And I always say this when I talk to a lot of different people, and when we speak about different stories of how you can get close to God, a lot of people, unfortunately, they don't have a surrounding team. Cult. Team.
I meant team.
They don't have a surrounding team around them to help them grow. And I will also say, though, that nowadays, thank God, obviously when I was becoming observant, the amount of people, let's say, that were coming from the mainstream Jewish world, it wasn't as, I would say, easier, and it wasn't, back in the day at least, wasn't as easier to become from. They didn't have enough support systems that can deal with people that, don't have that background, don't have education, and make it also feel like accessible, make it feel like, I would say the word cool is not even the right word.
No, it's not the right word at all. It's the wrong word.
It's the wrong word, but it's not even the wrong word. But unfortunately, a lot of people
like boot. It's also the wrong word. Both of those words are equally wrong.
I didn't have it. So then I did have it. And so
Right.
I always tell people, if you want to become observant, you want to start growing, get yourself connected with the community.
And watch Hasidism in America.
And watch.
I'm sorry, man.
You're terrible. Hasidism in America. Check it out. I'm actually going to watch it tonight. You know, when I get home.
You're gonna turn on PBS.
It's on YouTube. I'm sure it's on YouTube.
It's gonna be on.
I'm sure it's on YouTube. Can you
Oh my
check on
gosh.
that?
No, I'm not checking if it's on.
So long story short is,
Right.
that's what helped
Wait, so
me.
when you started dating your wife, she was already observant?
She was observant, yes.
I got you. And it's like, do you think that she would have agreed to date you if you were not at the time?
Yes. Are you kidding me?
You were
Look at me,
that
dude.
hot.
Are you
You were
kidding
that
me?
hot. I get it.
Come on, people.
I get it. No, I understand. Now with the hair, I get it.
Rabbi Wolf is back!
You go, "Woo!" See, that's what the W was for. It wasn't for West Side, it was for Wolf.
This is Aventura West.
Oh. You should do that. You should have like a Beth David, you know, maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not.
So, and to tie it all in,
Yeah.
when we started the Lighthouse Project,
3 years ago.
3 years
I wanted
ago.
to ask you about that.
when we got
have to
there,
go
who
see
was
it.
the opening night speaker? Who was the opening night speaker?
Oh, I got Willy Wonka. No. How many guesses do I get?
You get one more.
I get one. Ooh, one more. I gotta make this one count. Okay, I got this.
I'll tell you,
MC
it was.
He was available and affordable.
You mean the Reverend MC Hammer?
Of course. I saw his picture on like one of those toilet scrubber ads.
Do you feel like when he
he's
does
on
the
the
sermons,
bottom
he's
of-
doing the Running Man at the same time?
I hope so.
I thought about that too.
I hope
man.
so.
And he wears those
The parachute
the
pants.
Cavaricis.
Yeah, the
Can you remember the Cavaricis?
those were so cool when I was 7. Those were so cool. Maybe they weren't, and I was just 7.
You should wear one for one of your.
I do. I wear it every shop. That's what we were talking about. Who was it? Rabbi Zweig?
It was Rabbi Zweig.
For real?
Rabbi Zweig was the opening.
Senior?
night-
Rabbi Zweig Senior?
Rabbi Zweig Senior.
Wow.
And just to go into more detail on that story.
For those of you who don't know, he's a monster scholar and genius, like an absolutely brilliant guy who's both broad and deep, and he understands everything from science to Jewish law to psychology. I mean, he's just with it. He's the man.
So you might as well just go to that Talmudic University. You mean?
Yeah.
Is tonight's class sponsored by Talmudic University?
No.
Who are tonight's sponsors for this class?
Tonight's sponsors are Fat Tire. Fat
We
Tire.
love Fat Tire.
Because if you drink it, you'll be fat and tired.
It's amazing.
Thanks. I've been working on that all day. It's the best I could do on long notice.
Opening night, when we were starting a Lighthouse Project, we had him on a flyer that he was going to be speaking that night. And I want to say Israel Abisror, which is supposed to be coming on our show.
I love him.
He was supposed to be here tonight.
Yeah, he
but
was.
He's traveling right now.
His
He's on his world
fiancée-
tour.
His fiance.
Yes, his fiance.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay. So, anyways,
So you had Rabbi Zweig for your opening thing. Dude, we have to get off soon. We have to leave our beloved listeners.
we have 5 more minutes. We
I-
have to.
I've been drinking a lot.
Bear
of
with
beer.
us for 5 more
I'm
minutes.
not sure we have 5 more minutes.
Here's the story quickly.
You might have.
You know what he's done. You know what he did. You know that his class was the first one that inspired you, right?
Right.
Okay. His name is on the flyer. We're getting ready to open up Lighthouse Project. There's 18 teachers. It's a whole massive
18
project.
teachers?
We had 18 teachers lined up for 2 nights.
Wow, that's cool.
It was a very different time, but it was a crazy, crazy thing.
Right.
And we have a build. We're about to start in a couple of hours, and then I get a phone call from Abisror telling me that Rabbi Zweig will not be coming tonight.
Ooh.
And I said to myself, how is that possible that he's not coming tonight when we have the opening night? We spent a lot of time, effort, energy, money, etc.
Turns out it's possible.
And so Abisror was the one running the show.
Right.
When he put him together because he went there.
Right, sure.
So long story short is I got Rabbi Zweig on the phone and he said, I'm sorry, I have other commitments. I didn't even know about this. It's a whole story why he didn't know.
Meaning you put his name on a flyer without asking.
Pretty much.
That's awesome.
And
It's
so
a great strategy. It always works. It always works.
Well, listen, here's the deal. At the end of the day, I called him up, and again, we're talking about 2 hours away from him speaking, and I pleaded to him, and I told him exactly the same story, not about the Hasidism in America.
You left that part out.
I did leave that
Because he
part
would have
out.
hung up on you.
Yeah,
He would've opened
because
with
that's,
that.
yeah.
You're like, Rabbi, I came back from a night of partying at South Beach and I turned on PBS. And, yeah,
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. So I told him how much his class, what it did for me, and how it changed me, and the fact that we now have this massive Torah project where we're trying to spread Torah throughout the world. And again, it's a huge undertaking, and I spoke from my heart and I gave it all to him, and he said, "What's I'm going to do?"
No.
I went to cancel. He had a big meeting probably with a big sponsor or somebody he was telling me, and long story short, he canceled it. We got somebody to pick him up. He showed up on time.
Wow.
He delivered his speech.
Which also means, by the way, that he had zero time to prepare, and it didn't matter because he's awesome.
Awesome.
And he just came and knocked it out of the park. Boom.
And he knocked it out of the park, and that's how we started the Lighthouse Project. Because of
awesome.
some earlier inspirations and try to tie it all home.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Guys, that's all for this week. We will see you next week, God willing, on the Mike and Mo show. Who knows? Peace and love.
Wait.
Huh?
What? Can we talk about classes for tonight? What are you talking about tonight? I think people need to tune in.
We said that already. We're talking about Mashiach tonight. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, okay?
Guys, if you haven't heard Mr. Sprung, Rabbi Sprung.
He's okay.
Sorry.
So I don't mind.
Tune into that. And we have Gedalia Fenster tonight. We got Rabbi Lipschitz tonight spreading the Rebbe.
He's in the room with his face on it.
That's right.
Not the room with his face not on it.
And if you want to learn anything about Shabbat, you go check out Sharon Lampre's class. So we got 4 classes.
Wow! Yo, I gotta go. I gotta say hi to an old friend.
Oh, we got an old friend here.
Yeah.
You want to come on the show with us? Yes! We have an extra guest here, lady.
Come on in.
We had no guest tonight. By the way, we're working on that.
Have a seat. Come on in. We kept it nice and warm for you. You look amazing.
Hi. Come on in. What's your name, sir?
David
This
Wolf.
is David Wolf.
What show are we on?
Well, we're trying
That's so
to
weird
name it
because
right
the
now.
rabbi of the shul is Rabbi Wolf.
Yes, that is.
Are you guys like related?
We're not, unfortunately.
Well, we're all Jews, so we're all related somehow. Yeah, we got nice and cozy in here. We're trying to decide like what to name the show. So far, we got.
What is the show?
That's also part of the
Good question.
all I heard is you have a great show. And
We have a great show.
Yeah,
We have a great
that's
show.
what I heard. So I came to see what was happening.
Guys, the man right here. The
He's
man
the
right here.
man. He's the
Yeah,
man.
you're the man.
We gotta get plenty more people to listen to this guy.
We do right now.
What am I,
right now.
top liver?
We're going on. You're top liver. We're
So
going
far, I
live.
don't know you guys.
Live at 8:35. Peace and love.
All right, guys.